Hi guys, thanks for joining me here on this video today. My name is Angela and thanks for coming to spend a little bit of time with me. We are in my favourite place in the house, the kitchen, and we are going to be making some lemon and lime biscuits. So stay tuned and check out how to make them. Okay guys, so let's get going making these biscuits. So what we're going to need is 100 grams of plain flour. You can use wholemeal if you want to, but I'm just using regular plain white flour. We're going to use 50 grams of low-fat spread. You could use butter if you want to, but I'm using this. I'm using the Vitalite dairy-free because my grandson is going to be eating some of these and he can't have anything with dairy in, so these are the dairy-free spread that I'm using. We're going to need 50 grams of caster sugar as well. You can use like brown sugar, demerara, anything like that. That's going to give it a beautiful colour as well. We're going to need some lemon juice, and I've just grated a little bit of the rind there. Okay, and then we're going to need some cutters. So I've brought these along to show you. These are like the straight edge cutters and these are the fluted cutters, and I'm going to be using these fluted cutters today. And then you're going to need a bowl to mix it all in, and you're going to need a baking sheet. So I've got my pan and I've just lined it with a little bit of greaseproof paper. And then if you're working at home, obviously you could flour out on your board here, but I've got my little board here that I'm going to flour out on and demonstrate to you. Okay, so let's get going. So first of all guys, we're going to need to get the oven on, and the oven temperatures are 200 degrees if you're using an electric oven, 180 for fan, and gas mark 6. So I'm going to pop my oven on. I'm using a fan oven, so it's going to be 180. I'm just going to get that going. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get making these biscuits. Now, I don't know about you, but I love homemade biscuits. There's something very different in the taste and the texture of homemade biscuits, which I absolutely love. So what we're going to do, we're going to start off by adding our flour to the bowl. Now if you like to sieve your flour, feel free to do so, but I'm literally, I'm just getting my flour straight in the bowl like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add in that spread, the low-fat spread. So I'm just going to get my spatula and I'm just going to add them in. So what we need to do now is to rub this together so it's all crumbly. So it's a little bit messy, but if you're working with children, this is a great little job for them to do. Gets them into baking, and yeah, it's getting really my hands messy, so it's a lovely little job for them. So as I say, I love homemade biscuits. There is something so light and fresh compared to when you buy them, and you know, nothing wrong with buying them, but you know, like with this, because my grandson is dairy intolerant, then it means that I can make him the things that he likes using the ingredients that are going to work for him, because you know, we can't just go to the shop and pick up any old biscuit and give him. It'll make him really poorly. So this way, using that dairy-free spread, it's really good for him. It'll, you know, he means he can have treats using that. So it's all really nice and crumbly. I'll just show you there. There's a nice fine crumb, and that's what we're after. So I'm just going to try and get all of this mixture off my hands, let's say. The great thing with this, guys, is you can mix it up as well. If you want to put some raisins in it, you can do. You can add in some cinnamon, some nutmeg, add some mixed spice. You could really flavour it up and make it your own. Okay, so that's pretty much done. Just rubbing it off my hands. There we go. Okay, so that's all nicely mixed in together. And what we're going to do is we're going to add in some of this caster sugar. Now, I've got 50 grams of caster sugar here, but we're not going to use all of it. We're going to use most of it. I'm just going to leave just a little bit of it, about 10 grams of it left. So now I'm just going to stir this all in together like that. You can, if you want to, you can use something like sweetener. If you've got that granulated sweetener, that will work really well with this as well. So entirely up to you. So that's all mixed in really nicely. I've got a couple of lumps, so I'm just going to smooth them all out. And that is the lumps of sugar. And there we go, all nicely sorted. Okay, so just wipe my hands down. So the next step now is to add in this lemon zest. So I've just, oh yeah, you can really smell it. It smells so lovely, really fresh. So I'm just adding in about half a teaspoon because I want a hint of lemon. Because the children are going to be eating this, I don't want it overpowered with lemon, but I'm just adding a little hint of it. But of course, if you like that flavour, feel free to add in more lemon zest. If you like it really zingy, feel free to do so. You could either add lime as well if you wanted to, or a combination lemon and lime, and that might be really lovely. And it is as simple as that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add in some lemon zest, because we've got this completely dry mixture and we want to bind it all together. So I'm just going to take out the pips like so, and then I'm just going to give it a really good squeeze of lemon. So I've got half a medium lemon that's gone in there, and I'm going to mix this together and see what it looks like. So it's still very dry, as you see, but oh my days, it smells so good. So what we want is to create a firm dough, but just when you've added your lemon, so the juice of half a lemon, just keep working it and mixing it into that dough, into that crumble, because this is coming together so nicely. I'll just show you in a moment. I'm dropping my mixture everywhere. So it's come together really nicely, and I'd say it was a little bit, if it's a little bit sticky, absolutely no problem, because what we're going to do, we're going to flour the board. So if you're working on a work surface, a tabletop, then great, you'll have a bit more room, but I'm working on my chopping board. So guys, what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to lightly flour my board, just really lightly, just about half a teaspoon of flour. Just pop that down, give that all a bit of a squish, and then I'm going to take my dough, I'm just going to pop it on. So let's say if your dough is a little bit sticky, don't worry about it. Just roll in a little bit more flour when you're going to roll it out. So just patting it all over, and what that does, it just firms it up just a little bit. We don't want the dough like really hard, we want it nice and soft and malleable, so easy to work with. So what we're going to do next, I'm going to get my rolling pin, trusty rolling pin, and I'm just going to lightly flour that as well. There we go. Keep a bit of flour on this board, and I'm just going to roll out my dough. And what I want is to roll it out to about 1/2 inch thick. Just picking it up, getting that flour underneath, like so. We want about 1/2 inch thickness, because what we want, we don't want them super thin, but we don't want them really thick and chunky either. So here we go, just keep rolling it out. And with these guys, you can, once you've made them, you can put them in an airtight container and they will keep for a good couple of days, if not a week or so. And you can also freeze these as well, and then just bring them out as and when you want to. So, you know, if you've got a day where you're batch baking your biscuits, then a great opportunity to bake a few and then just pop them all in the freezer. So I've got this all rolled out. I'll just show you here. You can see it's about a good couple of centimetres thick. We don't want it too thick. And then what we're going to do, we're going to take our cutter. So as I mentioned, you could use a plain cutter, a fluted one, which I'm going to use today, and whatever size you've got as well, guys, just work with it. If you've got like I do have cutters that are like animal shapes and different shapes. Those would be really nice too. So I'm just going to dip my cutter into the flour just to flour it, and I'm going to also have my baking sheet all ready with my greaseproof paper. So we're just going to cut it like so. And when I cut it, I like just to give it a bit of a twist as well, so that it just releases that little bit easier. I'm going to just do that all the way around. So here we go, guys. I've cut them all out. I've got 4, 8, 9, 10, 11 on this tray, but I've still got lots of leftovers. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to roll the leftovers together and we're going to get some more. So I'm just going to put some more flour down on my board, and that just again helps it from sticking. Just flour that board, get a bit of flour on, not a lot but just a little bit, onto my dough. Put it in a rounded shape, pat it down, flour my rolling pin, and start that process again, just rolling it out. So again, just a couple of millimeters thick, and I'm gonna cut some more shapes out. So again, I'm just going to dip it into the flour. So do let me know, guys, what biscuits do you make? Do you make any biscuits? What's your favourite? Or is this your first time you're going to be making biscuits? As you see, it is super, super, super easy to make. Do let me know. And also let me know if you bake other products as well. If you bake cakes or loaves or bread, I would love to know, guys. So here we go. We have a tray full of biscuits. So and I've got 2 more here on the board, and I'll probably get another 2 out of the scraps. So here we go. Got some more on this baking sheet. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get some of this sugar, and I'm just going to sprinkle it over, just nice and gently over these biscuits, so it's going to cook with that sugar topping on. There we go. So I'm just going to sprinkle very lightly some of this sugar, and it's going to cook with this sugar on, so it's going to be really, really lovely when it's all done. There we go. Just put the rest back into my bowl. And these are now going to go into the oven for about 10 minutes. So I'm going to pop them straight in. So to go over those temperatures, guys, it is 200 degrees electric, 180 if it's a fan oven, and gas mark 6. So they're in the oven now, but I've still got two biscuits left here. So I'm just going to pop those aside. And I'm also going to just roll out the rest of this dough because we don't want anything to waste. So I'm back, guys. I am back and we have biscuits. So I put the biscuits in the oven, let them cook for about 10 minutes. And then when they came out, I just put the remaining ones in. So altogether, I got 16 biscuits using the smallest cutter. Now, if you're going to use a bigger cutter, obviously you're going to get a little bit less. But these have come out absolutely lovely. So once they're in the oven for 10 minutes, I then took them out just as they were going brown. So next time I would probably leave them in for about 8 minutes. So if you're making these, you might want to take them out around the 8 or 9 minutes and just double check on them. But when I left them for 10 minutes, some of them were quite very brown around the edges, so just be wary of that. And then once they were cooked, I took them out. I left them on the tray just to cool, and then I transferred them to a wire rack. And the wire rack's really important because it allows the air to get under the biscuits and to firm them up. So just left them on there for a few minutes, and they are now all ready to tuck into. So I just want to take one and show you. So I've got a lovely one here. What I did do is I just added a little bit more sugar on the top, like so. You can see they're lovely thickness, they're golden in colour, and they are beautiful and soft inside. Now because I've already had one or two. So, but because I didn't add a lot of lemon and a lot of lemon rind, I only put the tiniest bit, then they are not too strong in flavour, which is perfect for children and my grandkids. But I think when I make them again, and if I'm making them for myself, I will definitely put more of that lemon rind, not so much the juice, because I think we had enough juice just to bind it together, but definitely I would put more lemon rind in there to get that zesty flavour coming through. But if you don't like that, then just a little pinch will be fine. You could leave them as they are. The other thing you can do is add in something like coconut into that mixture to give it that coconutty flavour. You could take this recipe as your base and you could do all sorts of things with it. But these are, honestly, they're so soft, they're lovely. Really lovely in texture. They're just nice and soft and firm on the inside, and the outside there's a little bit of crunch to it. So I'm really pleased with these guys. So here we go. These are our biscuits, and they're perfect with a cup of tea. So guys, pop in the comment section below if this is something you're going to make. I would love to know. So that is it from me, guys. I'm going to pop these in the container. They will keep for about 3 or 4 days in an airtight container, and I'll get them over to my grandchildren so they can enjoy some too. Okay guys, that is it from me. You know what to do. If you've not hit that red subscribe button, please do so. It is completely free. You could hit it, tap it, smash it, gently caress it if you want to, but do hit that red subscribe button and click the notification bell, and that way every time I upload a video you will be the first to be notified. Also, please like and comment below. Let me know if you're going to try these biscuits or you're going to mix it up a little bit. And also share. Yeah, tell your friends, tell your family, tell everybody. Tell the mums at school, tell the kids at school. Yeah, if they want to bake some biscuits, share this video with them. I'm on the way to 1,000 subscribers, and we've grown in the last couple of days. So if you are new, then a huge thank you to you. But so yeah, a few more subscribers to get to that 1,000 mark, so I hope you will help me. Okay guys, that is it from me. I am off to enjoy my cuppa and a biscuit. I will see you very soon. Take care guys.